Yo guys, welcome to the vlog, and yep, full day of eating today, as you can see from the title. We're going to take you to the gym today as well, and yeah, gotten to report a good weight loss. You know, I use an app normally to log the weight loss basically, so I can put it in daily, rather than doing it like a random day in the week and then sort of being like, oh no, I'm fat, or I've put too much weight on, or fat on, this, that, whatever. This completely like kills the kills that whole thing. Basically what it is, you put the weight in on a daily basis and then it gives you a graph and then tells you how much you've lost or gained in a week, and then a monthly average as well. So I'm averaging 0.9 kilograms this week, which is perfect. I haven't got a super amount of fat that I want to lose. I'm not like morbidly obese, so for me a kilo a week, which is what I was aiming to do to start with at least. And yeah, we'll have a chat in a minute anyway. I'm gonna go dig into some breakfast now. Yeah, thought I'd just keep you with me for breakfast as well. So basically I've got like these, I don't even know if it's going to focus properly. I've got like a berry oat situation going on. 100 grams of berries, 60 grams of oats, 10 grams of cocoa powder, and 40 grams of protein powder. I used to have peanut butter on there as well, but I'm not super free with calories right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and have it like this. But yeah, I thought this would help me speak to the camera a bit better as well. Yeah, my speaking to camera skills aren't great. I know I come across really boring on there, so thought this would be a good bit to have a chat. I'm going to put chapters in there anyway, so if you get bored, you can just skip it. But do this for me, okay? Yeah, I mean, what you guys been doing then? Work and shit? Yeah. Fair enough, man. Or woman. Well, I feel like it's really important to enjoy the food. Everyone says it constantly, but I think when you're cutting anyway, you start enjoying like more foods anyway, because of the lack of options, I think. Or when you restrict yourself from certain foods, I reckon maybe it could be that actually. When you restrict yourself from eating like high calorie foods, and then in your rotation, your daily rotation, there's better foods in there anyway, so I guess you start getting used to it, maybe that's what it is. But even, especially for me, like the foods that I normally wouldn't have when I'm bulking or trying to gain weight or even recomp or maintain, when I start cutting fat, those foods start tasting nice, I think. I guess the hack would be to just eat those same things when you're bulking as well, and then limit, because what it does to me, right, I mean, you guys, if you've been watching before, like I've been in this physical condition where I've gained a lot of fat, and then I'm having to cut, and I've done it again, right? I've done it again, basically. So I'm currently holding a bit more fat than I would have liked. And then I just killed my runway for bulking, you know, and then when it came to bulking properly, I didn't train properly. But you know, I've said it in a previous video, I don't want to sit here crying about it, because that's actively what I'm doing right now. But no, not like that. I mean, like, I don't want to sit here constantly be like, oh shit, and then not train or not diet because of that. That's what I'm trying to say. Obviously, I'm moaning to you guys, you're my friends, innit? But yeah, nice taste. It needs to be tasting nice, otherwise you're just gonna quit, man. That's my number one thing. Food needs to taste good. If you're dieting and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna keep everything dry, bone dry, no seasonings or whatever, what's the point? You're gonna be able to, it's like having a race, like someone that's doing a marathon, for example, and you can at the end just beat Tommy Fury, right? Right at the end you can just still have so much energy and you can see the race through. But if you started doing Tommy Fury and started running really, really early, when you got towards the finish line, or just even before halfway through, you're just gonna quit because your inside was just given out. So pace yourself, right? Number one thing is not to drop your calories so low straight away. That's just stupid. You're going to crash in the gym when you're training. Your sessions are rubbish, muscle loss. And you're not going to enjoy your day to day. You're going to be pissed off at your family and friends. And then what's really the point? So yeah, you'd rather be able to do the tortoise and hare situation where you can do it for a longer period of time. So like, you'd rather lose half a kilo every single week rather than lose, let's say, 4 kilos a week and 4 kilos the next week. I'm not sure if that's possible, by the way. And then no weight loss at all. Right? You'd rather lose half and then keep losing it. Obviously, you can speed it up a bit till it's manageable. Like when I started the diet, I was a bit like, I was hungry. I was hungry towards the end of the day. I think even my last week video, I was like, I'm hungry now, hungry. Like the same food I'm eating right now, I don't really feel that hungry. I'm not sure if that's a red flag, but to me, my weight's dropping every week. So on a weekly basis. So for me, that's not a red flag. If I'm not hungry, that's a bonus. That means I've got more runway where I can even cut more calories if I need. But yeah, that's not something I'm looking to do right now. I did say in that video as well, like if anything happens where I do cut more calories, I'll probably just do a bit more cardio. I've got some time in the day where I do cardio already. I do my steps, which I'll take you through with me later, but I can always increase them, or maybe increase it to 2 walks a day. Personally, for me, because I've always been a fat guy when I started as well, what I would suggest is if you're also in the same boat where you're like fat and then you cut down to being lean, I think your natural habits and everything will just tend to make you have a fatter lifestyle, if that makes sense. So for me, if I really, really wanted to do what I want to do just for existing, I probably wouldn't do any cardio. I'd probably just sit around TV doing this, that, whatever. That's how I got fat in the first place, right? Some of you have the other issue where you're like, I can't gain weight because you just naturally like have an more active lifestyle. So it's not for me. That's not the case for me. So I need to play to my strengths, which is having discipline and doing those things day in, day out. So for me, I'll just have to try bump the activity more, because if I eat less, it's something I really, really enjoy. I enjoy eating. Some people, like I said, the other side would struggle eating instead. For me, I enjoy eating. So what I need to do is up the amount of steps. So I'd rather do that and then be able to eat a bit more, enjoy some food. Like you'll see throughout the day, right? This meal's amazing. And then throughout the day, my food tastes quite good, actually. I have 4 meals in the day. I can even bump it to 5, but I've got no issues with hunger, nothing, so here's what it is. Right, lunch meal. That's literally my favourite meal of the day, this one. Actually, I'll show you. So, we have here Japanese rice. I actually really like... Is it focusing? Yeah, so we've got 1 egg, a little bit of veg, some chicken as well, and like I said, Japanese rice. That's my favorite rice at the moment. Super filling. Normally I'd have like another meal before training, but I think today, because normally I train in the evening, today I'm training during like lunchtime ish, 2 o'clock ish, 3 o'clock ish. So what I'm going to do is back this meal, drink a load more water, and then we'll just hit the gym that way. And the food that I normally have for pre-workout, which is the Weetabix and peanut butter with protein powder in there, I'll just have that after as like a snack sort of thing. So I like savoury food more now, to be honest, but you never know, like as time goes on you might have a sweet tooth as well. So what I do just to prevent it, I have a sweet meal in the morning like you guys saw, and then a savoury, then sweet, and then savoury again for in the evening. But yeah, this is working good for me. Before, I don't know if you guys saw the previous video, the previous vlog, what was happening was before I had potatoes for lunch and for dinner, like post-workout basically. My stomach did not like it at all, man. It just wasn't working out properly. So I switched it to this. This has actually made my life so much easier with meal prepping as well. So I'll make like 200 grams of rice, the Japanese rice, and box the next one for the next day. And then all I have to do is, so I'm cooking one day, like a bit more extreme. Next day, I just whack these chicken pieces in the air fryer, and then just have it with the rice and egg again. It's a quick thing. Makes my life a lot easier. Normally I would also have I'd do a walk in the morning or during the day at lunch, and then train in the evening. That works a lot better for me. I'm not walking, so my training takes me a while to get into it when I'm starting to train, so I sort of spend a bit longer on the warm-up. I don't do any sort of warm-up protocol as such. I just basically, what I do is the same exercise I'm going to train. So for example, squats, I'll just do another warm-up set on there, or maybe spend a bit longer, have a bit of a longer break in between, just, get ready for it that way. I've noticed if I do a walk first on the treadmill, then train after, it's no good for me. If I walk too close to my training time, that's no good for me also. So to mitigate that, what I do is I just train first, spend a bit longer on the warm-up, and just get the walk in afterwards. And that's the formula. That's so distracting to me as well. Again, alright, ignore it. I'll get rid of it for next clips. I can't be asked to move it right now. Anyway, I'm going to dig in now. If you're enjoying this so far, please consider subscribing and liking. I'm doing these weekly now, hopefully. The amount of times I've said that, if you guys go back in my videos, it's ridiculous, but I actually am. I'm actually really enjoying videos. So, another thing I was going to touch on, physique reveal wise as well. I might do like a final reveal, this, that, whatever, like I've done previously, but I think I'm 76 kilos this morning, like I said. Like, I'm not super happy with the physique, that's one of the things that have really caused me issues, I guess, in the past with making videos as well. Like, I just focus on my training rather than if I have like something where I'm thinking about like, oh, my physique's this, my physique's that, it takes me off training for some reason. So maybe we'll start doing physique reveals if anyone does comment saying, you know what, Noah, let's get it, man, let's just do the physique reveals, who cares, you're working towards being leaner anyway, which is true, I understand that. If not, I'm just going to basically start doing about 73 kilos, maybe 74-ish. That's when I'll be feeling a bit more comfortable. I'm not super fat. You can see my previous clips when I've looked at 76. I've not looked super fat, but obviously I do carry some body fat that I'm not happy with. But yeah, physique reveals are something we're going to employ. But yeah, man, it doesn't get better than this. I mean, probably does. People say that. Every time someone says that, it doesn't get better than this. It's always like the most mid meal ever. Nah, but this is pretty decent. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Yes, people, we're headed to the gym now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm kind of using just my phone in the car because I don't really have a good camera setup that I can use in the car. My camera won't be, it's too big. Right, I've got a Lumix camera that I can't really mount in the car. I think if these videos go quite well, over time, I'm going to invest in a action camera, like a DJI or the Ace Pro. Yeah, just headed to the gym now, so really important, which is something I've done already, is to plan those exercises ahead. Obviously I've got a log. I use the Strong app basically to plug in my numbers week in, week out. Now in the session, that's what I'll be using as well. I'll be using the Strong app basically to log my workouts. But the way, what I'm saying about planning your workouts beforehand is basically just having some time, maybe sometime during the day, maybe an hour or two before your workout, where you put in the numbers that you want to hit, what you want to do, have an approach set up beforehand. Like, it's like anything in life. Like, imagine you, okay, most people probably watching right now would go shopping and then not have a shopping list and then just fucking buy whatever. That's fine. But have you noticed how much better it is, budget wise, not buying a load of crap and buying the things you actually need, and when you come home you don't forget, when you have like a shopping list, right? It's sort of the same thing. Yeah, I sort of plan before, basically, that's what I'm saying. If you have a shopping list, you go to the shops, you'll come back with exactly what you need, and then obviously if you just go willy-nilly, just basically walk in, you're going to probably buy loads of crap and then come back and you're like, oh shit, I needed this, I needed that, I needed this. Same thing with your workout. If you don't plan it before, I personally think you just go in there and then just learn, like do it on the day, on the job, if that makes sense. Yeah, we might do a little physique reveal as well at the gym. Just want to see my current condition. I mean, they've got like a good lighting. I mean, obviously it doesn't reflect how you look like in real life exactly, like the posing rooms and stuff, but that's what I'm going to draw my comparisons from, because it's a dedicated place where I can actually take my clothes or shirt off. Can't really be walking around naked in the gym, and it really, I mean, my gym doesn't allow it, yours might. And yeah, so hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. I'm trying to just do more of like a vlog approach, because like, number one, like I said earlier, I want to be good at speaking to the camera. I mean, I'm not speaking directly to you guys at the moment because I'm driving, which is highly dangerous, but I'm not staring in your guys' soul anyway, so it is what it is. Oh wow, beautiful British weather. You'll get to see it in a minute. I'm so excited for summer just to come through, man. I'm kind of sick of it right now. Mid-term, like one of the videos you may have seen before, like was it September or October? I don't remember anymore. It was like I went to Egypt, and then the weather was so good, like insanely good, and I came back and it was suddenly so depressing. Like for 2 of those weeks, like even when I was training and everything, I was just sat there contemplating life. I think when you sort of ease into the weather, right, like summer or winter, it's better. There's kids waving. I'm not waving at kids. Oh fuck. They're just on the bridge basically waving at all the cars going past. Oh, okay. I've embarrassed myself. But yeah, hoping me speaking to the camera anyway will give you guys better videos. Like, I don't want to do just vlogs. Obviously, I feel like I've got more to offer than just vlogging all the time. If you enjoy it, that's sick. That is cool. But I feel like my personality, that not completely, but you know, you have like the guys group chat where you can just talk about anything. When you meet your friends, you speak a bit differently. I mean, when I come on here, the camera turns on. It's not complete fake. I'm not being completely fake, but it's just a bit more like mellow, chilled out. I just want to be a bit more how I actually am. I think it'll be a lot more fun for you guys as well. But yeah, food's been really good today. I mean, planning beforehand, so I cook my meals the day before, not all of it, but just like some parts of it. Now, what that does is on the day, I'm not sort of fetching random things in the fridge. I'm not like sort of rummaging drawers and seeing what I can just get on the fly. That's like a recipe for falling off plan. Like a lot of people, if you don't rein it in as well with them, I've not got the same issue, but some people have this issue where if they have one thing that's completely off plan, derails the whole thing. Oh shit, I'll start next week, or I'll start in a few days, I've messed it up now. Like if your head's not screwed on properly with the fact that you're dieting or you're not dieting, if you're not fully 100% in it and you don't know where you're going, you give yourself all these little reasons. You give yourself a little like, oh nah, it's not going to work, I've messed up this week, that week. But when you are dieting, you do anything to claw those calories back. But in my case, it's just more so being in discipline. Like I spoke to you about in the morning, like I'm naturally just a fat guy. I was always a fat guy, so for me, food, like not eating or eating less, comes secondary, as opposed to for some of you people, maybe most people, that food, eating less would just be easier. So for me, I need to make sure I'm disciplined in that way, and coupled with the fact that the food that I do eat, I really enjoy. That is the recipe for success. I mean, I've done a couple of cuts before. I've come back from like major obesity. That was a couple of years ago, I think, maybe 3 years ago now. But obviously, some people, for some of you guys are saying, oh no, obviously your diet or the way you eat doesn't work, because why are you cutting again? It's just life gets in the way. I bulked wrong. I was still eating okay. It's just the calories that I wasn't able to sort of keep. It wasn't like I was exhausted from dieting. Yes, when your calories get low enough, you do get exhausted from the dieting process, but all you simply have to do is just, I guess, eat a bit more of what you're eating. And as long as you're switched on with your training and the fact that you're wanting to train, that shouldn't be a factor that stops you. Yeah, we're nearly there. Like I said, I've planned all this before, training wise. We're all good to go. We know exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to go in, load up the bar for front squats. So we know exactly what we're doing. The plan's all set out. We just go in there, execute, and get out. There's no real reason to be faffing around on random machines, or today I feel like doing this, today I feel like doing that. Plug it all in the app or in your logbook if you're old school, and then just get in, get out. That's what we're going to do today. By get in, get out, I don't mean go in there, just don't put any effort in, tick the boxes and come out. Meaning, you set a plan, that's how many reps you're going to get, you push towards your goals that you set for yourself that day, get in and then get out. That's all you need to do. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, also just to touch on physically, not touch on physically, I mean, just touch on physically, physique doesn't look all that different. One thing I have noticed, however, like the first week of dieting, I think I lost only about 1 kilo, but dramatically my stomach size just physically, like the way it looked like, just shrank. I don't know what it was down to. Like, I know you lose lots of water when you initially lose weight, when you initially start losing the fat, or when you go on a cut, but it's so much water. I can't believe it, I was so bloated. Like, I've got a video that I'm going to show you guys at the end of this whole cut thing that I'm doing. Like, my stomach was so distended, I was like, bloody hell, like, have I fucking eaten that much? That it just didn't make sense to me for a second. But then in a week's time, I can do the vacuum again, I can do the vacuum pose again. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it is down to a lot of water and sodium being built. Like, towards the end of, not gonna lie, before I started this cut, my diet started looking a bit ugly, you know. So it could all be like a lot of sodium and loads of processed shit that I was having. I'm not too good with the science. All I know is when you need to cut weight, keep the protein high, eat satiating foods when you're bulking. That's something that I'm still figuring out. Let's go. Yep. Again. Again. Oh. I was done, and we have even boxed off 5 PRs, which is nice. So we're just going to round off the activity today now with a walk. I normally do this earlier, like I said, but obviously it's a Saturday. I got the gym session earlier, and I was able to basically do the walk now. Yeah, with the gym, the weights progressed quite a lot. I mean, you saw 5 PRs, but one thing I really wanted to touch was using the biscuit weights, how much they impact. So I'm not really training to failure. All the sets you've seen have been like the first set, so I did a couple more sets on each exercise that you guys saw to perform, or like the effort did increase, but like I'm not going to failure. There's no grinder reps because my frequency is high, so I'm doing full body 3 times a week, so I'm just pushing that lever or lever with frequency as opposed to training with higher intensity. Now I don't want to be I don't want to break down like in terms of doing like loads of high intensity, and if you do that 3 times a week, so I'm squatting 3 times a week, doing some push exercises 3 times a week for you don't want to be basically doing that. You're going to break down. It's like sort of high fatigue really, and fatigue is good, but super high fatigue when not required, especially when you're getting stimulus through more frequency. That's the approach we don't want to take. But yeah, I want to round off this walk and we'll get some food in. Yes, here it is, second last meal. So we've got 2 eggs, there's some veg underneath there as well, and 250 grams of potatoes. I normally have 200, I just bumped it up a little bit because I've got a very busy day tomorrow. So yeah, just to keep things even. And that will be my second last meal, and then we've got 1 more meal, and I'll catch you guys then. So I guess that's what we are with it. I said I was going to move this from the back earlier. I've not moved it. I don't know where to put them. So there's that. So final meal of the day. A couple of biscuits of Weetabix and milk, and then we have peanut butter. No real magic behind that. So keeps me full. It's going to end the day off on a nice sweet meal. Normally this would be my pre-workout, but you know what? It works well in this regard as well. So it's high fats because the peanut butter is good for having it as a last meal because it will keep me full. In my experience, that's what it's done for me. That's why I actually employ peanut butter in my meals. But yeah, tomorrow will be a much well-deserved rest day, and then we're back in the gym on Monday. So today's Saturday, back in the gym on Monday. We're doing back squats and a whole host of other exercises. Like I told you earlier, it's full body that we're training, and yeah, we'll see each other soon. I really enjoyed this because it was more like direct, and it was a long form video. I might do it a bit shorter if you guys don't like this sort of video where I'm explaining every little detail, and maybe I can then pump out some more videos. But yeah, do be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, everything you can do, and then yeah, it would be awesome to have you guys in on the journey. I wasn't able to do a physique reveal. There's a reason. The posing room was under maintenance. I'm not sure what's happened, maybe the lighting or something like that. Something's wrong, I'm not sure what it was, but they said they would basically maintaining it. It will take about 2 to 3 days. So we'll go back in, although I'm not in great shape, we'll go back in and we'll do a video there assessing my current physique, and then it would be so good to actually, if you can, follow me through that journey and check my videos every week, and then where you see my condition improving from week to week to week, because I'm only doing this cut for about maybe 6 more kilos, roughly 5 more kilos, depending on what the physique turns out to be. And thank you so much for watching. Take it easy. Peace out.